At the age of 3, I started playing basketball, and that was the first sport I ever played, and that was definitely my first love. I played throughout high school until my sophomore year, and I decided just to go the football route, and because I thought I just have a better opportunity at playing at the next level. At the age of 17, I started coaching, and my first and second year coaching, I went back-to-back championships, and my last year coaching, I started refereeing just to get a different feel for the game. And plus, I was getting older, so I kind of needed some money too before I went to college. And that was just a good way just to help. But I did learn a lot from just being in all three positions. You can see different perspectives of what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to do things, and then just having a lot of intellect just being on the court and actually playing the game. And you can learn about basketball through multiple perspectives, whether it's being used for entertainment, jobs, or even just to have fun. As far as entertainment, basketball is one of the top three sports in the world. And you also have sports such as like football and soccer that is very globally known. Um, and basketball just together just brings countries together. And you see that through like the FIBA World Cup, where you have different countries coming together and they assemble a team full of the best players from the country and they try to get the gold medal or the silver medal or the bronze medal. And individually, you have favorite players and even favorite teams. Like, for example, mine is the Los Angeles Lakers, and my favorite player has always been Kobe. And just watching the game can bring excitement to many families, especially like young kids who want to be like some of those famous athletes, like Diana Taurasi, who's in the WNBA and plays for the Phoenix Mercury, and you also have LeBron James, who plays for the Los Angeles Lakers as well. Kids growing up wanting to play the sport professionally, it just they want to just be the best person they can, and it just ends up and them endlessly working hours and hours and hours upon the day just to get better at just the little things that they do, and this can give them a chance to play collegiately or even professionally. And then talking about players, you also have jobs, players that are on the court athletes. You have coaches, you have referees, you also have other people that's within the organization, and players just try to be the best player that they can possibly be on and off the court, even with their families. That's just the reason why they do it. They just want to provide for their family, and they just want their family just to have a better life, maybe a better life than what they had growing up. And while you're playing the game of basketball, you can't take plays off because one play can definitely decide the game. And as a coach, observing talent is definitely key, especially when looking at players and knowing how you want to build your team. Uh, Players can be either good at one specific thing that can help the team, and they would just be considered role players, but that still doesn't diminish what they do for the team because everything is important when playing basketball. And you also have those players that are just well rounded and can just really do everything very well. And that's just another way that you can just help build your team, and you can improve upon that upon time, and then just and as you're bringing the team together, it just allows them to develop chemistry. Chemistry is definitely very important because if a team doesn't have chemistry, then they're not going to be good on and off the court. They're going to end up doing a lot of fighting, or they're not going to feel comfortable with each other, and they might not ultimately feel comfortable with you in the end. And I think that's just very important because you need to maintain a healthy relationship with your team, with your players, and just let them know that you're always there for them, regardless of what they're going through on or off the court. They can always ask you questions, and you should just always respect them as a coach and just look at them as human and just try to treat each player fairly and try not to give um, more attention to one player than the other. And then you also have referees who uh, just control the pace of the game. They also make sure the rules of the game are enforced, and they try to keep the players from being injured. Um, Referees are definitely human too, so they do make mistakes, and they can definitely make calls that can either change the momentum of the game or they can definitely decide the game. And doing jobs like these, they can definitely provide for the family. Like I said earlier, it just gives players, coaches, referees, and other people that's a part of the organization just a chance just to do something for their family. And then you have just doing and playing basketball for fun, which is something like I like to do now. Now that I don't even play basketball anymore, I still go in the gym when I'm at school, and I just take shots up just to relieve stress, or just to go in there and have fun, get some good conditioning in. And you don't even have to be good at basketball just to go out and have fun. You can just go out, play basketball with your kids, just little things like that, your family, and just enjoy and socialize. You can go to the Y and play pickup games, have shoot arounds, or even just go in there just to socialize and see friends. And with all that being said, basketball can definitely bring the world together as fans, players, and even countries, teams as well. And by seeing basketball from all different angles, from just the player coaching and refereeing perspective, I definitely understand why the game of basketball is played the way it is. What you're looking for while you're on the floor trying to make calls and just schemes and just trying to prepare for teams on a weekly basis and a weekly and daily basis, because it's just important for the players just to know what they're doing on the court. And like I said before, chemistry is definitely important, whether it's between you and players, and you and a team, and you and other coaches. You can learn about basketball from multiple perspectives. It can be used for entertainment, jobs, or just to play for fun. It could also be an outlet for players and give them motivation to just be successful or try to provide for their family, and just try to give their family or future family something that they didn't have when they were growing up. And it can allow you to develop teamwork and trust through socializing on the court, whether you're a coach, player, even the referees have to socialize as well. And this can definitely help in future jobs for the players, or even if they don't make it collegiately or make it professionally, this can definitely help them throughout life. And there have been many great teams and organizations and players throughout the history of sports. And we always globally come together no matter what the country, team, or player that we cheer on. And I think that that's just what makes the sport so great.